What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 94 of The Road to Glory, here with FC United of Manchester. Hopefully you guys are good. Since the last episode, really had good signs. In case you missed it, go check out last episode as always. Since that episode, I've mixed my tactics around a little bit and I've got some good results from them. So, let's take a look at the fixtures first, and then I'll go straight into the tactical stuff. So, last episode we played Manchester United. Since then, as you'll see, we've had a tough set of results, but in the grand scheme of things, we've got some absolutely insane results here. So, as you guys know, I was kind of fiddling with tactics against the Man U and Fulham game. And from this, I did stick with them for the first two games, but they really just didn't do anything for me. 1-1 draw against Blackburn, 1-0 defeat against QPR, you know, they're not good results. So I changed it, and I kind of mixed things up to go slightly more conventional than two anchor men and one centre-back, and it's worked a treat for us. As you'll see, unbeaten in our last 8. This kind of good run of form started with a win against Arsenal. It was a 1-0 win. We absolutely dominated the game. Really good play by the entire team. 16 attempts on goal, 8 shots on target. Although it was only 1-0, Arsenal never threatened and never looked like scoring, and it was really good to see. Good performances by the entire squad in that first game. Following on from this, we did go to Reading and we got a 3-1 away win. Really good result again. We were actually 3-0 up in this game. We were in control throughout the entire game. Peyrard had an insane game, the French lad. Obviously, this guy came in January. This guy is improving already, guys. I said when he came in he could be one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League in kind of 4 or 5 years. It might be sooner than that. This guy is unbelievable. Probably one of the best 7.5 million transfers I've ever made. Looking at his stats, 14 games in the league, 4 goals, average rating of 7.27, and across all competitions, 16 appearances, 6 goals, 7.36 average rating. It's probably also worth mentioning the fact he has been playing centre attacking mid in the new tactic, and so it's somewhat limited his opportunities in front of goal. Anyway, on the back of the 2 wins, we got 2 very good draws in the grand scheme of things. I've said in the grand scheme of things too many times this episode. If I say it again, I'm going to punch myself. Wait, what? But no, 2 draws. The 0-0 draw against Liverpool, probably the highlight of the game, although in truth, it was a pretty poor game, but we did go out and really kind of... I don't know what we did. We just outplayed them, if I'm honest. Lobos, their keeper, got man of the match, which says it all. We knocked on the door for games, and we just didn't get an answer, basically. For the entire game, just couldn't ever find that goal that was going to get us the win. And anyway, following on from those 2 draws, the games really picked up, and we had some tough ones. We had Arsenal and Chelsea in these last 2 games, but... almost by, I don't want to say by fluke, because we have been the better team, but we won both. This game against Newcastle here, good convincing result. We've made 23 chances, so really good stuff there by us. And then we followed this up, as I said, with the 2-1 win against Arsenal. Another game in which we absolutely outplayed Arsenal, this time at the Emirates. And the team looked absolutely superb. Barbosa grabbing the Man of Match award, despite not getting a goal. Then 2 more games. 1-0 against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, another insane result. This one against the run of play, it has to be said. Chelsea came out and attacked, and we got 1 counter-attack and we made it count. The fact that Gauthier, our centre-back, and Pablo, our other centre-back, got 8.6 and 8.3 average ratings really kind of sums up what a good job they did at the back in terms of securing the win for us. Then, last but not least, 3-2 win against West Brom. Tough result, but one that was tougher than it should have been. We dominated, as you can see. We were 3-0 up, just going into half-time. They grabbed a goal just before half-time came. They grabbed another one straight afterwards. I was panicking, but we did see it out in the end. And a good performance by the entire team as well to boot. So today's last game is against Manchester City. There's actually nothing riding on this game. We are going to finish 7th no matter what, which is not a bad performance. A win today would see us get 59 points, which would be our 2nd highest points total in the Premier League. In this, which is is this our 4th or 5th year? I want to say 5th. Yeah, this is our 5th year in the Premier League. Time really does fly, but 7th would be a good spot. Unfortunately, it isn't going to result in any kind of Europa qualification because Reading finished runners-up in the FA Cup, and so they get the European Cup spot. Not something I agree with, but just one of those things, I suppose. Yeah, Man City today, they've not got anything left to play for. We've not got anything left to play for, but it is a local derby, so it should be interesting. Just one quick thing, looking at the tactics, as you can see, this is the shape I've been playing with. As I mentioned, I've been mixing up my tactics and stuff. This is what I've been playing with. It's I want to say a 5-2-1-2. I mean, I've seen this tactical, a kind of a variety of this tactic used before, where you'd have maybe one less striker and an anchorman. One less striker and a centre-back. This kind of evolved from the other tactic that I showed you guys with the 2 anchormen. You may notice that kind of the wing-back and centre-back pattern is almost reversed on this. Originally I was playing with 1 centre-back, the 2 wing-backs dropped behind, and then 2 anchormen sat in front. Unfortunately, with that tactic, I really couldn't get the centre-backs to sit goal side of the strikers, like when the anchormen drop deep to cover each other. It was just one of these things which I couldn't physically do in FM. And so for that reason, I've switched to 2 centre-backs, pushed the wing-backs up a little, so we've still got that core of 3 players in the centre, with players with creative freedom able to push up either side. Samper and Dzeko in the centre have been superb. Bocau has really found a new role here in centre attacking mid, and it's looking really good for us. Okay guys, so let's get straight into today's game, which, as I said, was against Man City. I'm really paranoid about even starting this game because it's raining at the moment, and in my flat, I live in a converted loft, and so the windows are at weird angles. But basically, what this means is that when it rains on the windows, it'll sound like I'm outside in the rain recording. So if at any point you hear rain, or you can hear what sounds like static, I promise you it's only rain on my windows. Unfortunately, Mother Nature does not want me to record an FM video at midday on Saturday because it absolutely hates me. Anyway, we'll see what we can do here, as I said. Going to be an interesting test, this result. Obviously, we've got some results against the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool with this tactic. However, those teams are kind of different class to Man City and Man U and how good they've been this year. So, it's going to be tough. Apparently, we're gifting the ball to them, so I'm going to switch to retain possession and then work ball into box, just because those two work really well with each other. Pro little tip there. If you're getting loads of long shots on... oh god, get the ball out. Well played, lads. What was I going to say? If you're getting loads of shots away at range on FM, and you're getting all these long shots but maybe only having 5 on target, switch to work in the box. It does work really well. I promise you that. Especially if you've got the players to do it, and it should stop them from taking the long shots. But we've just gifted them possession here. We're going to have to defend well. Ball hits the post, but will it get clear? It will. Pavlenko grabs the gut ball with either hand. Apparently Manchester City have been the better of the two sides, but we're going even. I'm going to switch to counter for the second half just because, as I said, we're struggling at the moment to even keep hold of the ball. Colin Barley is actually playing with an injection. I'd never ever give players injections to keep them out for longer than they need to be, unless it's the biggest final ever. But with it being the last game of the season, there's no harm in doing it really. It's not going to mean he misses any pre-season by having injections for this game. Although that said, I might sub him off, come 20 minutes from the end. But we are looking good here. I mean, obviously we're not looking amazing, but we're playing Man City away and we've held them 0-0 at half-time, and we are frustrating them, which is the main thing. They've got a chance here from the set-piece, and they will take it in a stack kick with the effort. Interesting to see him still at Man City. I need to think about changing these tactics a bit. I'm going to switch to play an extra centre-back, and then we're just going to kind of mix things up from there. Box to box, centre mid. I think we'll go with that. I might just do some subs. I'm going to bring on Payrod for Colin Barley. He's had a pretty poor game, but he is playing through injury, so that might explain it. Other than that, team's performing fairly well. I'll probably do a few more changes, come a little bit further into the game, give a few of the younger lads a run out in the first team. But I mean, Payrod, you've got to remember, he's 16 and he's one of the best strikers in the game. His sheer pace and finishing ability reminds me somewhat of Hunso, and it's really awesome to see this guy, because I feel as if, come maybe, I don't know, as I said, 4 or 5 years, he will be one of the best players in the Premier League. He's got that real potential about him. Still amazed I managed to pick him up for 7.5 million. Really good bit of business there, but excellent little bit of dealing. That was full time, I guess. 1-0 to Man City. Apparently we should tell the team players that we were disappointed. We were unlucky out there, guys. We were unlucky. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Everyone hates me now. The case, 1-0 against Man City isn't too bad in the grand scheme of things. Admittedly, they dominated the game, but the fact our defence held firm for so long in the game was a good sign. It's always going to be tough playing at home to Man City, who was second. Other results, nothing really that interesting going on, it doesn't look like. Pretty standard results all the way around, although who went down? Okay, Blackburn, Sunderland and Stoke went down. Newcastle finished just outside the drop. We finished 7th, which unfortunately for us isn't like a Europa League spot, but just one of those things, I suppose. In truth, we're some way off the pack ahead of us, but when you look at the teams who finished ahead of us, the likes of Man U, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, they're the big boys in this league, and they are very good on this save, it has to be said. They have kind of established themselves as a top 6, and it's up to us to kind of break them down. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Obviously, pre-season's coming around now. My aim this year isn't necessarily to spend as much money as last year, but instead to really build for the future, and maybe bring in 4 or 5 really world-class wonder kids, because I feel as if the core of the squad's now there. I mean, you look at the team, there's some good players in our squad. That's the thing, a lot of them are developing. In terms of my player of the season, I think I'd have to give it to David Gauffier. This guy, obviously, he came in for, I think it was 12 million. Yeah, 12 million from the Marseille. He's improved loads in that time, looking like a real leader at the back and a potential captain of the future. Very, very excited by him. Obviously, a few other players who have shone, the likes of Peyrard. I mean, you can look at the average ratings here and see who really has played well. Luis Enrique, in the few games he played, he looks like he's going to be a really hot prospect. I know a few of you guys have been saying he's going to be the next Boccal. I'm not sure if he's that good, but he's certainly got a long way to go, and he has got something about him, I feel. So expect to see him play more first-team football next year. Boccal did get the most... kind of the players who make the most appearances, the highest average rating, 7.39 across all the games, which is absolutely insane. I mean, you kind of come to expect that from him. He really is kind of the heart of the midfield at the moment for the team, and a real quality player who I'm glad I've got on a new deal for 4 more years. So yeah, there's that. Other than that, guys, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.